Hey everybody, this is a guided walkthrough for the hash-only-1 challenge from picoCTF 2025. The description says, here's a binary that has enough privilege to read the contents of the flag file, but will only let you know its hash. If only it could just give you the actual content. Additional details will be available after launching your challenge instance. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to launch the instance. So we've got our button over here, launch instance. And after a few moments, it'll give us a... Okay, so it says connect using this over here, so SSH, and we can connect to the server using SSH with this password. And this is what we're going to do. We're just going to copy this entire command over here, and then we're going to go over to our web shell. In the web shell, we're going to paste in the SSH command. It's going to ask us if we want to continue connecting. The answer is yes, and then we need to provide the password. So the password is provided on this page as well. So it says with the password this. So we can copy this. And then we can provide this as the password. Paste it in, hit enter, and now we're in. So we were informed that this binary right here, flag hasher, this is what we need to use to access the flag. So is it executable right now? So this is executable, okay. So if we just run this this program normally, it says computing the MD5 hash of /root flag.txt. So we know that this is the location of the flag file that we want to access. The problem is that it gives us the hashed value of the flag and not the actual value of the flag itself. So that's, well, that's yeah, we can't do anything with this. This is not what we submit to the challenge. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to do some examination of this binary to see exactly what it's doing. And we see that this is an SUID binary, which means that it runs with the permissions of root every time that it's run. So SUID binaries are binaries that run with the permissions of the file owner, and in this case it's root, which has the highest level of access on the Linux system. So what we're going to do is we're going to examine exactly what the binary is doing with our Radare2 debugger. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do Radare2 R2 in debug mode -d, and we're going to do the analysis beforehand with this flag right here. We're going to run it on the flag hasher program. When we, oh, there's no there's no Radare2. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and download the file then, because it gives us this option as well. So on the challenge page it says you can get a copy of the binary if you wish using secure copy. So we can just copy this command here, and we're just gonna we'll log out of the server for right now. So we're just going to exit, and then we're going to paste in the secure copy command, which is going to copy this flag hasher file into our current directory. It's going to ask us for the password. This is the password. Copy that, paste it in, and then it downloads the file. So we've got the other files here too. Let me get rid of the other files. Okay, so we're going to examine the flag hasher file with Radare2. Radare2 is on our web shell, picoCTF web shell. So R2-D-A flag hasher. Okay, it's going to do all of the analysis. And then after that, we're going to take a look at the main function of the of the binary. So we're gonna do all functions list AFL. Okay, so we do AFL, and AFL is going to give us the addresses for all of the functions. So the function here is called the main function, and we want to know what's happening inside the main function. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the PDF command, which stands for print disassembly function, and we're going to take a look at the main function like this. Okay, so this is the main function of the program. So we're going to scroll all the way to the top of the program, and we're going to see that it gives certain commands. We're just going to scroll down a bit, and this is the command that it's running when it does the hash. So it's running this Linux command /bin bash -c md5sum root flag.txt. So there's a big problem with this command in the way that it references the md5sum program here. And the problem is that it doesn't use absolute file paths like the bin bash command here, or the root flag.txt flag right here. So md5sum, this is a relative file path, and this is a big problem from a security point of view. Let's talk about why that is. So upon inspection of the flag hasher binary, we see that it is referencing the md5sum command without an absolute file path. So it says md5sum, but it doesn't give the exact file path. So a more secure way to use the md5sum command would be to use the command's absolute file path, which would be /user/bin/md5sum. But since the binary doesn't reference md5sum with an absolute file path, we can add a user-controlled directory to the path where the system looks for commands. So we're talking about the Linux path variable where it looks for commands. So for example, it could look in the user local sbin directory or the user local bin directory, a bunch of different directories where it looks for these commands. What we're going to do is we're going to add a directory that we can write to in the path. In this case, it's going to be the temp directory. And we're going to make sure that the program looks there first for these commands. What we can do is we can then create a malicious md5sum file in that directory. So we're going to create a file that reads the flag file and then outputs it to flag.txt in the temporary directory, and then gives us read permissions for that file. And we're going to create that in this file called md5sum that we create in the temporary directory, which we control. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I hope we have enough time. Okay, we got 4 minutes to do this. All right, let's do this. So we're just going to get out of here. We're going to exit. Then we're going to use the Okay, let's run the SSH command. I'm going to go back to the server. What's the password? It is this. Okay. So we got the flag hasher binary here. What we're going to do is we're going to create. So first of all, what is our path? So the path is where we look for usable commands. So it looks in these directories here. So we're going to add the temporary directory to this path so that the system looks for valid commands in the temporary directory first. So we're going to echo, what's the command? Let me grab it. Okay, so export path equals /temp : path. So we're going to add the temporary directory to the beginning of the path. Copy that. And this is the command. So after that, you see that the temp directory has been added to the path, and we need to write our malicious file. So we're going to write the malicious file to the temp directory with this command here. And what does this command do? So it echoes out something to a file. We're redirecting into the temp md5 sum file. We're going to read root flag.txt, and then we're going to redirect that into the temporary directory, a file called flag.txt, and then we're going to make the file readable with chmod 777 to give full file permissions to this file. So we're going to write that. The next thing we need to do is we need to make this new md5 sum file executable, and we can do that with this chmod +x /tmp md5 sum. After we do that, when we use the flag hasher file, it's going to look for the md5 sum command in the temporary directory first, and then it's going to run our malicious code. So let's go ahead and do that. So we run flag hasher, and then when we go into the temporary directory, we're going to see that there's a flag.txt file in here because we gave those instructions to the malicious md5 sum file in here. We can just cat the contents of the flag, and this is the solution for the challenge. So picoCTF, system binaries are scared of you. So let's go ahead and copy the flag and submit it. Over here, paste in the flag, submit the flag, and you are done. Okay, so everybody, this was a guided walkthrough for the hash-only-1 challenge from picoCTF 2025. If you enjoyed this guided walkthrough, please click on the like and subscribe buttons on the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button, and if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.